Hello everyone. In the previous class, we have discussed central problems of the economy. In this class, we learn about very important topic, production possibility frontier. It's very important question in 4 marks, 2 marks and 1 marks. Okay. Let me first explain meaning of production possibility frontier. Meaning of production possibility frontier. Production possibility frontier was first introduced by famous economist Professor Samuelson. Professor Samuelson. So, Professor Samuelson was first introduced by production possibility frontier. Production possibility frontier refers to, it's very important in 1 mark question, it refers to a graphical representation of all possible combination of two goods that can be produced with given resources and given technology. Is called production possibility frontier. Okay. Once again, it is a graphical representation of all possible combination of two goods that can be produced with given resources and technology. Okay. So, production possibility frontier, it is a graphical representation. Idu graphically represent mada curve agirutte. ಏನು represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ all possible combination of two goods. Underline the word two goods. Two goods na ಯಾವ different possible level ಅಲ್ಲಿ production ಮಾಡಬಹುದು with given resources and technology. Okay. So, ಇದು graphical representation ಮಾಡಕ ಇದು two goods na ಯಾವ different possible way production ಮಾಡಬಹುದು with given amount of resources and given technology. So, one given technology and given amount of resources ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು two goods or two commodities na different or alternative possible combination ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ graphically representation ಮಾಡೋ ಒಂದು curve is called production possibility frontier. So, production possibility frontier, it is a graphical representation of all possible combination of two goods that can be produced with given amount of resources and technology. It is called production possibility frontier. Okay, understood? Okay. Next is assumption. Assumption means it's not applicable for reality. In the previous class, I am already told that microeconomics is based on assumption and microeconomic analysis is a partial equilibrium analysis. So, this theory is also based on some of the important assumptions. The first assumption is resources are fixed in quantity. Resources are fixed in quantity. Fixed in quantity. Okay. The amount of resources are in in the economy is fixed, but listen carefully, but these resources are transferred from one uses to another. Okay. Next, second assumption is the economy can produce only two goods or two commodities. Economy can produce only two goods or two commodities. So with the given level of resources, the economy can produce only the two goods or two commodities. It is very important. Economy can produce only two commodities or two goods. For example, wheat and cotton, or paddy or sugarcane, etc. So it is very important assumption. Economy can produce only two goods or two commodities. Next, third one is resources are fully and effectively utilized. Okay, resources are fully and efficiently used or utilized. Okay, the amount of given resources are fully and effectively used in the production purpose. Production ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಂತ given amount of resources ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, technology remains constant. Okay, the level of technology, I am already told that there are two types of technology. First one, labor intensive technology. Second one, capital intensive technology. First one, labor intensive technology, we use more labors and less capital. Okay. Second one, capital intensive technology, we use more machines, tools, equipments and less labor, I mean human being. Okay, so in the production purpose, whatever technology, labor intensive technology or capital intensive technology, the level of technology we assume remaining constant. Okay, understood? Okay, these are all the some important assumption of production possibility frontier. Okay, clear? Okay. Next, okay, the concept of production possibility frontier can be explained with the help of imaginary schedule, I mean imaginary table. Let's draw the table. There are three columns. Okay, the first one is possibilities or combination. Second one, wheat. Third one, cotton. Okay, so possibilities or combination, there are 5 combinations: A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay, wheat production 0 unit, 1, 2, 3, 4 and finally 5. In cotton 15 units, 14 units, 9, 5 and 0 units. Okay, there are 3 columns. First column possibilities or combination, second one wheat, third one cotton in units. Okay, now consider the economy can produce only 2 commodities, that is wheat and cotton. Okay, this table gives us the different level of or different level possibilities or combination of wheat and cotton that the economy can produce with given resources and given technology. Okay, listen carefully. According to combination A, if all the resources are used in the production of cotton, the maximum amount of cotton that can be produced is 50 units with no wheat. I mean 0 units of wheat. Okay, as the same logic, according to combination here, all the resources are used in the production of wheat. The maximum amount of wheat can be produced is 5 units with no cotton. I mean 0 units of cotton produced in the economy. On the other hand, there could be different combination or possibilities of wheat and cotton. I mean ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ wheat ಮತ್ತೆ cotton ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ we want more wheat, less of capital. Okay, because of resources are very limited. Resources limited ಇದೆ, we would have one more unit of wheat. ನಮಗೆ ಈಗ wheat 0 ಇಂದ 1 unit extra wheat production ಬೇಕಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ cotton will be decreases. Cotton ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Because ಯಾಕೆ decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Resources are very limited ಇದೆ. So ಈ cotton production ಇಂದ wheat production ಗೆ resources ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Sacrifice ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ decrease ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ production increase ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ economics ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ opportunity cost. Very important in 1 mark question. Opportunity cost, listen carefully. Opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative sacrifice to order in the production of good. Understood? Opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative to order to produce a good or commodity is called opportunity cost. So 1 more unit extra unit wheat na production ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ cotton ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ 1 more na sacrifice ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ decrease ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ increase ಆಗಿದೆ. As the same, I would have 1 more extra unit of wheat. ಪುನಃ 1 more unit of extra wheat ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, next ಇದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next ಪುನಃ increase ಆಗಬೇಕು wheat ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪುನಃ increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ and it will be decreases. Okay, because resources are very limited ಆಗಿದೆ. Full resources ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ cotton production ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, or full resources ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ we want produce wheat, or different level of combination ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ B, C, D, F. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ combinations mix ಆಗಿದೆ. Okay, if you want more units of wheat, we will have less units of cotton. As the same logic, if we want more cotton, we will have less of wheat. Okay, clear? Okay, next. This theory is also explained with the help of one diagram. Very important. Okay, in the diagram, x-axis and take x-axis and y-axis, and y-axis represent wheat. Okay, in y-axis represent cotton. Okay, take numbers as it is: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, in cotton we take two differences: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and finally 16. Okay. So OX axis represent wheat, O axis represent cotton. Okay. First possibilities or combination A represent 0 units of wheat, cotton 50 units. So in the OX axis 0 units of wheat, cotton 50. So 14. Next one 50. Okay, this is combination A. Okay. Next combination B, 1 unit of wheat, cotton 40 units. So 1 units of wheat, cotton 40 units. Okay, this is combination B. Next, combination C, we produce 2 units of wheat, 12 units of cotton. So 2 units of wheat, 12 units of cotton. Okay. Next, third one, combination C, we produce 2 units of wheat and 12 units of cotton. Okay. Next, this is combination B, C, D. Next, combination E, we can produce 4 units of wheat and 5 units of cotton. So 4 units of wheat and cotton will be produced 5 units. So 5 is here. Okay, this is the combination of E. Next, combination F, 5 units of wheat and 0 units of cotton. This is the point. Okay, join all the points. We get one downward curve. Okay, is called the production possibility frontier curve. It is also called transformation curve. Transformation curve. Okay. So combination A, 0 units of wheat, 15 units of cotton. Combination B, 1 unit of wheat, 14 units of cotton. Okay. Combination C, 2 units of wheat and 9 units of cotton. And combination D, 3 units of wheat and 9 units of cotton. And combination E, 4 units of wheat and 9 units of cotton. And combination F, 0 units of cotton and 5 units of wheat. Okay? All points will join madre. We get one curve. It's called the production possibility frontier. It is also called transformation curve. Okay? The possibilities or combination of A, B, C, D, E, F is the different possibilities or combination of production possibility frontier, combination of wheat and cotton. Okay? This is the some information about production possibility frontier. It's very important question in 4 marks, 2 marks and 1 mark. Okay? Thank you.